Good morning, students. This is Madhumita here. Today we will be discussing about cybercrime, its types, and the cyber law. So let's start. Now, a question might come into your mind: what is cybercrime? So, cybercrime refers to the crime against computers and information system where the main aim is to gain unauthorized access to a device or deny access to a legitimate user. In simple words, if I say, any and all illegal activities carried out using technology is called cybercrime, and the person who carries out this illegal activity is called a cyber criminal or a hacker. Now, there are various types of cyber crimes, but we will be focusing on the most important ones. So let's see what are the different types of cyber crimes. First is hacking. Now, what is hacking? This is an act committed by a person by accessing your computer system without your permission. The people doing the hacking are called hackers, and they are basically computer programmers who have an advanced understanding of computers and commonly misuse this knowledge for various reasons. The next is denial of service attack. Now this is an explicit attempt by attackers to deny services to the intended user of that service. It involves flooding a computer resource with more requests than it can handle, consuming its available bandwidth, which results in server overload. This causes the resource, example a web server, to crash or slow down significantly so that one cannot access it. Next we have virus dissemination. Now about virus we have already learned in chapter number 7, isn't it? Viruses are computer programs that attach themselves to or infect a system or files. Now what they do, they disrupt the computer operation and affect the data stored. The viruses and worms can be used to infect a system and modify a system to allow a hacker to gain access. Next we have software piracy. This is piracy, okay, not privacy. Now, thanks to internet and torrents, you can find almost any movie, software or song from any movie for free. Internet piracy is an integral part of our lives which knowingly or unknowingly we all contribute to. This way, the profits of the resource developers are being cut down. Software developers work hard to develop these programs, and piracy curbs this ability to generate enough revenue. Internet relay chat. Now, internet relay chat servers have chat rooms in which people can chat with each other across the world. Now, what criminals use it for? Criminals use them for meeting conspirators. Hackers use them for to discussing their exploits and sharing the techniques, and also to lure the young minds. Now, in order to harass the women, their phone numbers and other personal details are given to other people as if they want to befriend males. Next we have the credit card fraud. Now this credit card fraud is crime involving identity theft, where the criminal uses your credit card to fund his transaction. He can use it for buying anything until you report to the authorities and get your card blocked. Now this is credit card skimmer. What it does is it reads the information of the credit card. Now, as you slide your credit or debit card into a compromised machine, the credit card skimmer reads the magnetic strip of your card and stores the card number. Your PIN can be captured too if a fake keypad was placed over the real one. Later, a thief scoops up the information and either sells it or uses it himself. Net extortion. Now, what is net extortion? It is just what it sounds like, a digital version of nightmare, that is extortion. One of the most common form is ransomware, where hackers infect your computer with malware that encrypts all your files until you pay them a ransom to unlock them. Next we have spoofing. Now what is spoofing? Spoofing as it pertains to cybersecurity is when someone or something pretends to be something else in an attempt to gain our confidence, get access to our system, steal data, steal money, or spread malware. Now comes phishing. Now, this is a technique of extracting confidential information such as credit card numbers, username, password by pretending to be a legitimate enterprise. Now, phishing is typically carried out by email spoofing. Now, most of us receive mails like this which contains links, isn't it? Never click on such links. Try to ignore them, okay? But not all phishing is done via mail or website. Vishing, now this is one new form, vishing, that is phone phishing, which involves calls to victim using fake identity, fooling you into considering the call from a trusted organizations. Now they may claim to be from a bank, asking you for the data, enter your account details. Once you do that, your account security is compromised. Never provide any such details, okay, personal details to anyone over phone. If you have any doubt, you can go to the bank, check out the details or clear your doubts, but never give any such information to anyone over the phone. Next we have cyber stalking. Now this is a new form of internet crime in our society. When a person is followed online, a cyber stalker does not physically follow his victim, but does it virtually by following his online activity to harvest information about the stalkee and harass him or her. Now, cyberstalking has spread its wing to social networking with the increased use of social media such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Your profile photos and status updates are up for the world to see. Your online presence provides enough information for you to become a potential victim of stalking without even being aware of the risk. Next is cyber defamation. Now, what is cyber defamation? Cyber defamation involves publishing of defamatory materials against another person with the help of computer or internet. Now the main intention of a person making defamatory statement must be to lower the reputation of the other person against whom the statement has been made in the eyes of the general public. Next we have threatening. Now this is one of the most common cyber crimes which is being carried out all over the world, which is threatening. Now what is threatening? It's a kind of threat given by the criminal to damage the data, steal data or disrupt digital life in general. Last but not the least, we have salami attack. Now, this is a technique by which cyber criminals steal money or resources a bit at a time so that there is no noticeable difference in overall size. For example, the criminal makes such a program that it deducts 2 rupees per month from the accounts of all the customers of the bank and deposit the same in his account. In this case, no account holder will approach the bank for such amount, but the criminal gains a huge amount. Now in this way, the perpetrator gets away with little pieces from all the large number of resources and thus accumulates a considerable amount over a period of time. Now we will learn about cyber law. Cyber crimes are progressing at an incredibly fast pace, with new trends constantly emerging. These crimes knows no border, either physical or virtual, and cause serious harm and pose very real threats to the victims worldwide. Computer technology, mobile device, software, and the internet are both medium and target of cyber crimes. So as to prevent this, the Indian Parliament passed the Information Technology Bill on 17th of May 2000, which is known as the Information Technology Act 2000. So the main motto behind the cyber law in India is to prevent any crime done using the technology where a computer is a tool for cybercrime. This act explains the types of cybercrime and the punishment. So I hope you have understood what is cybercrime, the different types of cybercrime. So with this we have come to an end of this chapter. Thank you.